What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I wanted to make a video talking about 3D lobbies in Fortnite, because this is something that used to be in the game 24/7. Every single time we got a brand new season, a brand new event, whatever the case might have been, we got some sort of brand new beautiful 3D lobby, and it was nice. It was great. I don't know why they ever got rid of this, but they need to bring them back. I've been saying it for years, so I don't believe that they will anytime soon, especially because it's not in demand as it used to be. I mean, people were really talking about it for a while there, but the fact that we haven't seen these since Chapter 1, actually, you know what, I'll count Chapter 2 with these kinds of lobbies right here where you can look at the battle pass and everything, but I'm not talking about that in general. I'm talking about in the lobby, because the lobby hasn't had that since Chapter 1, Season 9, I believe, and that's a very long time to not have a 3D lobby. These lobbies looked amazing, and why were they amazing? Because A, not only did it take up the entire screen, so it wasn't just a background that you can clearly see is just a texture or a screenshot or whatever of whatever area of the map or whatever that they're taking, which doesn't make sense to me, by the way, because they still have to set this stuff up. Like, they still have to set up a nice looking background. They have to do that in Unreal Engine, as they do, and then take a screenshot and then put it in the game. Why can't we just have the actual 3D models in the game too? How is it that much different? It looks a lot better, but how is it that much harder to do? I don't believe that's the case. They still have to do it in 3D. So I don't understand what's going on here. Unless it's just one where they just take a screenshot of the actual map or something, which I don't think they really usually do. Sometimes maybe, but I feel like most of the time they're still actually going into Unreal Engine, as you know they do, and yet we can't have them in the actual game. I don't understand it. I mean, let's look back at some of them, okay? Chapter 1, because that's the only place we can really look at least when it comes to Battle Royale. We'll get into that after, but Chapter 1 Season 4 was the very first one, as far as I remember, that had it. And just look at this, man. You have the crater from the meteor, you have the cars and everything. This is just so nice. The fact that around your characters, it's not just a metal plate. Like, that's all that's there nowadays. It's just metal. And before, it actually felt like your character was in the location. And I know it seems like it's a small thing, but you see the lobby more often than you probably even think. And that's not to say you're a bad player or anything, but I'm just saying, you're probably in the lobby a lot of the time. I mean, looking for a new match or whatever, it made the game a lot better. It really did. Chapter 1 Season 5, we had the desert, and it looked really nice, man. It just had the effects of the dust and sand going through the air. Season 6, of course, the cube in the background looks so good. And then the Halloween one for Fortnitemares 2018 still looks absolutely amazing. Also, speaking of Fortnitemares, I take it back. It was not Chapter 1 Season 4 that had the first 3D lobby. It was the first Fortnitemares. And then, of course, I forgot somehow of the Christmas event back in 2017. That was also an absolutely amazing one. But these all came from Save the World, by the way. That's what I was saying. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. That's what we're saying right now. Save the World is where these came from, and they're still in there to this day, which I am so glad for. I heard that they're going to be reworking the Save the World menu. They better not touch my 3D lobbies. Please, Epic, do not touch my 3D lobbies. Leave them in Save the World at least, okay? You already got rid of them in Battle Royale. Please do not take them from me in Save the World as well, because when I go in there and it's Fortnitemares era, it's the Halloween time, I can see all the nice pumpkins, and it just reminds me of those amazing times back in the early days of Fortnite, because A, this looks a lot higher quality than the screenshots they currently have, and it just makes the game a lot better. I don't know why they got rid of it. Real quick, if you are enjoying this video, you should definitely hit that like button down below, and if you would like to support the channel, you could definitely use code YouTube's4G in the Fortnite item shop. I do get a small portion of that sale, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, now, okay, maybe this is a reason we'll get into right now. Maybe it's because they wanted to unify it with UEFN. I mean, they've had it for way longer before UEFN was even possibly going to come out. Like, this was like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, they started having 2D models. Actually, 5 years ago now, because it was Season X, I believe. It was the first time they had just a 2D background. So I don't actually know why they're doing this, because UEFN didn't come out for another 4 years after that, so I don't think they just got ready for it that early. But pretty much with UEFN, if you make a map and you publish it, you can set up a background for it when the player's in the lobby, and yeah, it does look good and everything, but why couldn't you just allow the creator to make a 3D lobby? It just can't be that difficult, man. Just have a template where it has the 4 different lobby aspects with characters, and just allow people to use assets to build around it, and just like they did back in the day themselves. It can't be that difficult. I don't know why they got rid of it. Now, something I do remember hearing about is that the person who was actually personally working on this actually left Epic Games, and when he did leave Epic Games, that is when they stopped doing them, because A, either they didn't want to do it, or B, they didn't know how to do it, because that's what I've heard, that the people who are currently working on it don't know how to make 3D lobbies. I don't believe that, to be completely honest. I do think that they do. I mean, it also could just be that somehow it is faster. I don't think it's faster, because again, like I said, they have to keep recreating these things already and then take a screenshot of them. So why not just skip the screenshot, put the actual thing in the lobby? I feel like it would be a lot better overall, but maybe it is somehow faster and easier for them to do. That's the only thing I could think of that would be like an actual good reason for them to possibly stop doing them, because other games do 3D lobbies, and I think it looks so much better than what they do nowadays with just a background. That's another reason why I started disliking Chapter 2 or parts of it back in the day, and I really wanted the Chapter 1 map back. It wasn't just because of the map or the content itself. It was all these little things that added up over time, or in this case, subtracted over time, that subtracted from my experience, because I do appreciate 3D lobbies. I do appreciate when these developers and these artists and everything put in that work and effort, and I can really enjoy it. Like, for an example, Chapter 5 Fortnite, I didn't get to experience it too much this year because I really just dislike Chapter 5 in general. Not a huge fan of it, and I'm really looking forward to Chapter 6. Hopefully, it's a complete 180 from what Chapter 5 is doing. But either way, the point is, I didn't get to experience it much. I play Fortnite Reload. But from what I did play and what I did see, the POI, the pumpkins around the map, everything they did with the aesthetics of this Fortnite is exactly what I want to see in the future. It looked amazing. It's one of the best. I still think that Chapter 1 Season 6 is the best Fortnite because we had a whole battle pass, a whole season themed around it, and it was in a much better season in general because it wasn't Chapter 5 Fortnite. We had the OG movement, everything about that. You know, I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm just saying it was a very different experience, very nice time, but I still do appreciate Chapter 5's Fortnite, and I think it's the best one that they've had since Chapter 1 Season 6. So, yeah, good job on that. The point is with that is I appreciate the art style, and I appreciate when they do things like that, and I would love to see things like this in the future, man. Not just in Save the World, although Save the World, it's better than not having it, but even the Christmas one, man, I remember seeing this way back in the day. This was just so peak, absolutely amazing. The ice background, it was so nice. It was like Christmas morning every time you loaded up Fortnite. That's what it looked like to me, and it looked great. But anyways, I just hope that they do bring these back. Like I said, I get it if it does take more effort. I just can't imagine that it does. Now, to wrap up this video, I did want to say, will they actually ever bring back 3D lobbies? Well, the answer is most likely no, because they just do not seem like they're very interested in it. I mean, it's been 4 years since we've had any, so actually 5 years since we've had an actual brand new season that has a 3D lobby, and I don't understand why. I really do not, because 3D lobbies are just absolutely peak, and they have just a quality to them that adds to the season and really makes it for a much better experience. I just do find it kind of disappointing. Now, I will say Chapter 2 actually did have a form of 3D lobbies, which is this right here. It was the Battle Pass tab. It's not the actual lobby itself, which is why I haven't really included it in this video, but I do want to mention it because they will be bringing this back apparently for Chapter 2 Remix that we will be seeing very, very soon. If not by the time I actually upload this video, maybe it'll be up by then. But either way, this is the closest thing we've gotten to that. And they got rid of this, I believe, in Chapter 2 Season 5. They never had anything like this again, and I do think it is an absolute massive missed opportunity to making the game feel even more unique. It's something that added to that old Fortnite feeling that really made the game feel special, felt unique, and removing them always did just hurt my experience. I hurt a lot of people's experience. Even if you don't really think you care, I feel like it does add, even subconsciously, to your experience in a certain way that just, maybe not though, maybe they just see that it doesn't really do that for the average player. The average player doesn't really care, so they just stop doing that. That's probably the case, to be completely honest, but someone like me, we do care, and it would be nice to see it back in the game one day, as I really do love this kind of stuff. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.